I grew up on 43rd Place between Avalon and Town. We are on 42nd and Central. Our historical location, the Dunbar Hotel is right across the street with the delicious restaurant. Y'all need to come check it out. It's right on 42nd and Central Avenue. I used to fly to Amarillo, Texas every summer, you know what I mean, to escape the drama and chaos in the community, you know, in my neighborhood, you know what I mean? So I fly out every summer. I went to school one summer in Amarillo, Will Rogers Elementary School 1 year. But Trinity, man, Trinity was a learning experience. You know, I learned how to play kickball and was good at it. You know, I learned how to play dodgeball, stuff like that. You know, backstop, you know, that's the type of shit we played when we was in school, you know. I got bullied in school, you know what I mean? This cat, Ricky Blanche, my homeboy, you know, he used to try to bully me in school, chase me home and shit like that, you know, because he stayed next door to Trinity, so, you know, he bullied all the kids and shit, you know what I mean? I think he might have been in junior high school. He might have been in the 8th or 9th grade when I was in elementary school. Whenever I got seen in the neighborhood, you know, by the homies, they would always remind me, you're gonna be from the hood one day, you know what I mean? This is your neighborhood, this is where you're gonna be from. And unfortunately, man, you know what I mean? This where you know, my homeboy Bertrand told me that. He said, man, this is your home, you know what I'm saying? And this is my home, man, you know what I mean? This is where I was born in Houston, Texas. Like my mom said, you know, in the shotgun shack. I left Houston at 6 weeks old. You know, my mom's, my granddaddy, and my auntie in the Volkswagen. I came to LA at 6 weeks. My mom was raised over here also. You know, she went to Jeff, went to Carver. You know, but after over here, I stayed on. I grew up on 43rd Place. I moved across 43rd San Pedro, because let me get this straight. Let's get this straight. San Pedro is a street that has a street and a place. It has San Pedro Street and San Pedro Place. You know, so I stayed on both sides. I stayed on San Pedro Street and I stayed on Place also. People that I looked up to, the Phillips family, you know, my homeboy, Mad Dog, Stonewall, Hachi, Sparky. I went to school with you know, with their brothers and sisters, you know, Albert, Della, you know, Baba Louie family, the Johnson family, you know what I mean? These are people I looked up to, you know, I consider my family, you know, in the neighborhood, you know, Gangster, Aunt, Big Aunt, you know, my homegirl Nicole and their family, you know, their mom Dorothy, you know, Miss Pat, you know, G. Bill, rest in peace, mom, you know, Mama Frankie, you know, Bert mama, you know what I mean? These are people in my neighborhood that I looked up to. Bert, I've been knowing Bert, man, since I was a kid, you know, I consider Bert my big homeboy. I go far back with Bert to when he had a pearl white 65 Chevy with skirts that was stolen at Crenshaw High School, supposedly by the 6-0s, you know what I mean? Bert was a good dude, man. You know, Bert was the type of dude that he would, if he seen you down and out and you needed help, he would help you. You know, he put money in your pocket. You know, that's the type of person he was, you know what I mean? He kept the structure in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? You know, it's a lot of brothers, man, that still live in me, their spirit live in me, that's been passed on, man, that really have changed my life, you know what I mean? Because I learned from everybody else's mistakes, you know what I mean? That's why I'm the type of person, I'm super paranoid, I stay watching everything and everybody, you know what I mean?
You mentioned Big Aunt. I always hear his name. Give us a little background on him and you and him relationship and who he was.
Well, Big Ant is my big homeboy, and Big Ant is who he is, you know what I mean? He's a big Chino, but he's more humble than Chino was, you know what I mean? Chino was straightforward, he didn't bite his tongue, man, you know what I mean? But Big Ant is he been around a long time, man, you know what I'm saying? He's a good brother, you know, he take care of his kids. He has a son right now, matter of fact, that do comedy. His name is Anthony Amos Jr. He's on Facebook, you know, he's comedy. He's in the new show that John Singleton had, Snowfall. You know, so he did a pretty good job, man, with his kids and raising his kids and taking care of his mom, and you know, he's doing what a black man supposed to do. Well, I would hang mostly on San Pedro, you know, play football in the streets, go to the park. You know, Gilbert Lindsay was like the park, you know what I'm saying? We go to the park, play baseball, stuff like that, you know. On some days you might find the Broadways walking up there, you know what I'm saying? Coming from their neighborhood, walking to the park, you know, gambling, drinking, and stuff like that, you know, calling each other out, fighting each other, shit like that, you know. Really wasn't no gunplay, you know. It was, but it wasn't like my generation. You know, I strongly feel that I come from the workers, the ones that did all the work, the generation that really paved the way for this neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Now, you just mentioned the Broadways. At that time, the Broadways and the Four Trays were cool.
Yeah, there were, you know, it was camaraderie at one time, you know what I mean? But mind you, always in the community, man, you know, even with the 6-0 Tray Trays incident, I wasn't there, I just go on the stories I hear. It's always somebody hood that wanna be bigger than the next hood, you know what I mean? We got the better fighters, or we might feel we got the better fighters. Okay, let's see. You know what I mean? And people don't take kindly to getting beat up or you fucking that girl or doing this shit that's not supposed to be did when there's some type of bond with each other, you know what I mean? But as black folks, it's what we do. We fuck up, we break bonds, you know what I'm saying? And then it's chaos and havoc. It was in full mode when I came along. You know, one time if something happened at it was a mobile gas station or something right here on Vernon and Broadway. It's I think it's a lot now, or like little businesses up in there. But anyway, I seen the helicopter, so I'm in the hood, so I ran down there. You know, I walked down there. And when I got down there, I couldn't turn around, it was too late. I was in the midst of maybe like 25, 30 Broadways. You know, I'm talking about original 5 Deuce Broadways. You know, One Punch, Wimp Rock, Sadden, man, there was a whole bunch of them out there, man. Chaos, I mean, they whole little crew was out there, you know what I mean? And Punch was always the type, Punch seen me, Punch really didn't, you know, Punch was a big old motherfucker. Like, he might have been like 6'3", 6'4". You know, back when I was young, 6'3", 6'4", and like shit, about 260, 265, with like 22-inch arms, with a big old chest. You know, he was like the biggest nigga from their hood, you know, at one time. And he never tripped. You know, he always throw his chest up and look at me. But Wimp Rock and Sadden always, you know, they want to trip. Or, you know, my partner, you know, Fat Dog, he always want to throw a lug in and like, he might say like, oh, that's that's Bohanna, you know, from out of Four Tray. And then his homies would be like, what? And then there it go. But this night, Wimp Rock looked at me. Wimp Rock was like rest in peace, homie. Wimp Rock was like that's that nigga, that's Bertrand homeboy right there. And shit. When he said Bertrand homie, that nigga was on my ass, man. Instead of me running back down Vernon, back down this way, or running back toward the hood, because I can run to my hood on Broadway and 43rd and go down in the hood like that. I ran back toward their hood. It was a furniture store on Broadway. When I turned the corner where the furniture store was, I think it might be like 44th, 45th, something like that. shit, they were jumping over cars, trying to kick at me. It was like a movie, man, you know what I mean? Snatching up my clothes and shit, tore my clothes off me, and I got away, you know what I mean? But that's how it was back then, man. You get caught out of bounds, you get dealt with, you know? The major conflict started when Amos got killed. I didn't know him by Gangster Lee, but they said it was his name, but he got to a fight, got shot, and then that all hell broke loose, you know, so.
And where did that happen at?
At Gilbert Lindsay.
So on that day, everybody was cool?
Yeah, we played football and everything that day, yeah.
And I take it that was the last football game between the
Right.
Five Deuce Broadways and the Four Tray Gangsters?
Right, I think we played on different little teams when we had the peace treaty, but other than that, that was it. I stayed in the 20s also. I stayed on 29th and Trinity. I grew up with a Baby Capone from Broadway. I grew up with G-Rock from Broadway, Caesar Mike from Broadway. All of them, we all grew up together. You know, they much older. Caesar Mike and Gangsta Rock is older than me, but I'm older than Baby Capone. You know, we grew up in the 20s down there. And I grew up with all these people, man, you know, down in the 20s. We ran for a track club called the Stingrays. That's who we ran for, man. We practiced at Tray Tech. And me and Cubone, and I think little Cubone was running track also. Stupid was really like, I think he tried to run track, but he really was like off into the, really tough into the gang thing. I think Stupid was the first one really to get involved with the gangs. I could be wrong, but but he was in it real tough, you know. He was the first brother that Cubone lost, man. Cubone never did nothing to me. You know what I mean? Cubone ain't never been in nothing. I got rat packed, or Cubone ain't never been in no court and shot at me or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So why would I want to trip on Cubone? His homies did that, or one of them did that. Same with the villains. You know what I mean? I don't trip on all the villains. It's just certain ones that want to be quote unquote. You know, you niggas want to be Crip killers, and you know, you see me and shoot at me. I mean, I done got passes from a lot of these people around here, man. The villains, the Peblos, Dirty Pop Roots. My sister, mind you, my sister from Peblo. You know, she been gone, she been down like 16 years now. You know, she's a known figure from over there. You know what I mean? The villains know her, Peblo, everybody on the east side know her. You probably had good relationships with guys like Cubone and them, but you couldn't really hang out with them. I actually didn't feel nothing then because I really wasn't involved then, even though I played in the game. That's my neighborhood, this is my neighborhood over here. I didn't feel nothing. I just, you know, went around the corner and told my other little friends, damn, somebody, you know, we heard the shot. We was playing football. In fact, we were all playing football because after we finished playing football at the park, we went around on San Pedro and played in the streets. We heard the shot, so I went around there. You know what I mean? Stood at the corner of San Pedro Street and looked in the park. You know, dude was laid out with his girl right there, you know. And the ambulance put him on a boat, something like a board thing, and see, that you know, that was it. But that's what started the conflict.
You lost a brother in the 80s.
Yes, I lost a brother in '86, man. We stayed on 48th between McKinley and Avalon, and that was this was Four Tray Gangsters. You know, that was original Crip margin, 4800 block. You know what I mean? And five trays, 4 trays, a couple of 4 deuces. It was like, you know, that was our spot. You know, we sold dope at. You know what I mean? So I went to jail, and I think it was '86. I went to jail, and I was in Wayside, and they called me to the office, and I went to the office. And my grandma talked to my grandmother on the phone. She said, your brother got killed. I was like, who? I thought it was my brother Antoine. She said, no, Tim got killed. I'm like, damn, you know, what happened? So we talked a little bit and got off the phone. They sent me back to county jail about a week. I had like about a month to the house. And had my clothes, I got dressed out for the funeral and stuff like that. And they told me I couldn't go because it was gang related. So I didn't end up going to my brother's funeral, but he got killed by somebody from Grape Street in '86. Brother named Benny. Benny Hill, something like that. But mind you, how God worked, I have found out that Benny Hill was on the hit list of the Baby Lokes now, because he done did some shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what really got me really, really involved in gangs after my brother got killed. You know, my brother went to Southwest College, played ball there, all-city cornerback at Southwest, and then Clemson wrote him and wanted him to come to Clemson and play football for them, and he got killed 5 days after his birthday. I'm 53, Tim will be 52 right now. Yeah.
And it happened right up here?
Yeah, on 48th and McKinley. Yeah.
It didn't start no full-scale war with
the
streets?
Yeah. It started a full. It started a war with them. You know what I mean? I have nothing against their neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? That person, yeah. But I don't know, man. I went through a lot behind that, man. I used drugs and that. I used cocaine for a long time behind that as a pity pot. I drank liquor. I've been clean 11 years, man, mind you, off of hard drugs and liquor, man. Today I don't indulge in them things. Today I really see peace in my community, man. But it's kind of hard wanting peace when you want peace with people that killed your friends for so long. You know what I'm saying? It was war, and I'm talking about the Bloods. Now, mind you, I'm like this here, and this is just me. I would rather have peace with my people, which is the Crips first. You know what I'm saying? Instead of running to the Bloods saying, let's have peace with y'all first. You know what I mean? Because we need to clean our backyards up like real clean, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too much going on out here right now, man.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.